All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We are continuing our recent runner technical analysis videos looking at SOBR and NVOS. Look, there's a lot of textbook stuff that I talk about so much, right? Always good when you're over the 8 and over the 20, always bad when you're under the 8 and under the 20. Green, 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 green will quickly turn to red, 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 and hopefully we can catch that green, 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 right? A couple other details I obviously want to go over, but before we do that, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. This is the first time I'm covering this stock, so I will draw some new horizontal resistance lines and support lines, And then when we're done up here, we will use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like and subscribe, it does really well with the YouTube algorithms, but even if you don't, just thank you so much for your time and thank you for watching this, okay? And hey, if you disagree with anything I got to say, please throw it in the comments, all right? I am not here pretending to be perfect and all-knowing, and honestly, if your opinions are better than mine, I really do want to hear them, okay? So all that said, let's get into it. Look, I don't know this stock well, so let me zoom out a bit. It's a newer stock, the 200. Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, interesting. Oh, wow. I'm surprised that didn't. Okay. Bunch of stuff jumping out of my head. Okay. Obviously, we will focus a lot more on the immediate because that's what matters more, right? But honestly, I'm really surprised that I'm going to draw this real quick because this is, but see, really, it came down here. So I think that I caught myself before so look, normally when you break the IPO line, you should fly more. And yeah, it definitely makes a good move, but I'm really surprised that breaking that didn't make it go sillier, okay? I think it's because there were no real green candles till this one. And again, you can see breaking that one is really what accelerated that one. But yeah, just really interesting, okay? Nonetheless, let's focus up here. So what's happening again, look, I started off the video with it, right? Green, 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 green generally turns into red, 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 red. Look how high that RSI was. 87, 87, 84. I mean, when you're living this high, you know a cool down is needed, right? And it definitely goes from the high 80s all the way down to 38, not quite the low 30s where we'd expect it, but yeah, definitely some moving average support happened. So sorry, zoomed in too much. Look, the 200 literally just starts right here, okay? So this day, there is no average 200 in purple. On this day, you can see it now enter the box, right? So this was the 200th day. I think that actually stops it from coming to the 50, and it just kind of like pushes it away from here and keeps it in the 100 and helps it kind of accelerate, okay? What I like about today, look, a 20% bump in a day is huge, and it didn't need crazy volume to do it. We were actually under the 50 moving average volume, right? So it makes me believe that we can actually get some higher volume tomorrow, maybe even something as high as this, or maybe even something as high as this, right? I mean, it wasn't that long ago. We were up here. We were at 30 million not that long ago, right? So I believe we'll get the volume tomorrow. It's just really a matter of confirmation, okay? We break not just one, but 2 moving averages on a single day, the 2 important ones that I talked about, right? So I for sure need to close somewhere. I actually probably need to close right here. Yeah, this is where I would want to close tomorrow, 243, basically the top of this and the bottom of this, to make me believe, okay? Excuse me. I will draw a line right here. So look, we basically are at, oh, look at that. Yeah, we're at this horizontal right here. If we can break this line, we for sure, not for sure, nothing's guaranteed, but it would very much make me believe we're going to come right here. I mean, that's just literally nothing but green, 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 and red, red, red. That's well worth setting an alert at 222. A penny over that. Look, an alert is not an immediate buy notification, but yeah, I want to know if it breaks for sure, right? That's a real healthy move to almost 3. That's pushing 30%, right? 20 is 60. 70, 80. Yeah, I mean that's a beautiful. There's a good move right there if it happens. Okay. What else do we want to say? Let me zoom out a little bit. Nice. Look at that. So it's not quite perfect, but the top of this is roughly the top of this. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah, this isn't a really important line to break, actually, because from there, this probably is the only other line I would make. Really, just the top of that guy. I think I probably put it the exact same spot. But yeah, SOBR looks interesting. I will say that. I like the RSI. That's a good, low, healthy number. Again, it seems like volume might be able to come up. It doesn't look like, you know, we had a silly thing that's going to pump and dump like we saw here, right? This is a lot more sustainable and used to the norm. So I'm actually pretty bullish on this daily, assuming we give confirmation tomorrow. And I love this weekly chart, okay? Definitely break some good moving averages, definitely come back down. Doesn't look like we actually lose the 8 this week. Yeah, we stay over it. 177 is where we close. 176 is where the 8 was. So we stay over, oops, sorry. And then we actually go back up. So bullish on the weekly, bullish on the daily. I like SOBR. Let's see what if 222 is able to hold. Not hold, is able to come. Okay, NVOS. Really quickly, I rarely talk about after hours trading, okay? This thing is moving super silly after hours. The last time I looked before making this video was at 24 plus. That's a big number, all right? I'm not gonna pretend it's not. I like to take away my bias from after hours and pre-market. I really don't like looking at them, but yeah, it's hard to ignore 24, you know, after hours, okay? I'm zooming out really quickly just to see what this stock does. I'll be honest, I don't know it that well. Man, interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna stay here. Look, all this stock has been doing is trading under the, oh, I have a line here. I've made this video once or twice, or maybe I just watched this thing at one point. All right, I'll keep that there. Why delete it? Obviously, you can see why I drew that, right? That's right there for that beautiful gap fill. My goodness, geez. Okay, but again, all we've been doing is trading under the 8 and the 20 pretty consistently. Today was the first time that we cracked this 50 moving average in a really, really long time. Even back here, like obviously there's these couple months where we were over it, we're still under all these lines. Man, look at this bad boy. This thing has struggled with these 3 lines for a long time, and today, I'll be honest, I don't know what the news is. This is definitely a look. I'm very biased towards healthcare pharmaceutical stocks. I think they're really, really hard to trade because, I mean, one piece of news can literally bring you a monster day or a horrible. I'm sure this right here was bad news, right? Like, as good as this was, that's how quickly bad news can hurt this sector. You know what I mean? But hey, what are we looking at? We're still looking at some technicals, and we're going to go ahead and draw a few things for sure. So again, we drew this because if we can break that, man, there's a lot of reason to believe it would come all the way to, I mean, let's just call it, I'll just put it right there. That's not a bad, I mean, the 200 is where it would come pretty much. Jesus. Okay. Where, man, there's not that many lines I can draw, which actually sucks. I guess the next one I would draw is there, just a little bit over the 100. So obviously this right here at 21 cents is going to be pretty big. 24 cents might be a little bit of a stall, but really, I mean, I'm going to set my alert for 30 cents. What I want to know is, hey, when does 30 cents break for sure? I think that'll help me avoid a lot of the after hour pre-market noise that might happen. And I mean, I'm telling you, that is just a sexy gap fill if it hits, okay? I mean, RSI is not even that high. 70 is not somewhere where I start ringing the bell, right? What I really don't like is this volume, okay? That's a real big outlier, and we've generally seen when you get the one big spike, we tend to come down. A little bit of a spike, come back down. A little bit of a spike, come back down. Big spike, I would hate to come down to here. That would be really bad for this thing. But I mean, there's so much red to fill. I mean, I could see this being a really, really interesting stock right here, okay, for sure. Interesting weekly, right? Again, we're not quite over the 20. You can set an alert for 19 cents. I think 19 cents would be another support line or resistance lines that might be worth drawing. Let me see, what does that look like here? Is that this guy right here? I mean, I guess it's worth drawing it just to have it. No, I'm not going to draw it. I still like my 2. But yeah, I mean, again, it jumps out again on the weekly, right? If you can break, man, maybe even 24, I'm going to go ahead and set another alert for 25 cents. Let me know if we get to 25. Because yeah, from 24 to 29, it really goes to 1 next, and that's monstrous, right? Decent volume. I like that the week is starting off well compared to last week. That's a nice MACD and RSI. Geez, both of these actually look interesting. So let's talk about the game plan, okay? What for sure needs to happen, and obviously it's starting after hours, but the way that this opens tomorrow can be very different from after hours, okay? This has to open above 17, all right? We definitely want to go 18 onward, okay? If this was to stall, I could see it coming down to 15 cents, roughly 50% candle. I can maybe see it coming to 14 cents, which is that 50. And then hopefully, I mean, yeah, from there, honestly, it'll probably just come all the way down to the 8 at 13. So the life of bad is really going to live in the candle. Good would basically be, let's move on up. Let's break the 100 at 21. Let's break these 2 lines, and then I mean $1 is just screaming. Let me see if there's anything in the middle. Man, there isn't. Yeah, there's nothing in the middle of the draw. Like, none of these moving averages are down here and worth like pudding, right? So man, these are both interesting stocks, and very, oh sorry, that's the hourly, very much worth your time. Let me just see, what does this look like after hours? Let me just flash it really quickly. Fuck, damn, I try not to curse when I make these videos, but we're at a 70 burger. Obviously, we're after hours live, so you're going to see this move. But yeah, we've crushed the 100 so far. Again, that is not a guarantee that we're going to open up here. This can very well sell off and actually open below the 17. So it is really why I try not to look at after hours too much, but my goodness, it just completely ate up the red. We're now at this plateau, and yeah, break these and it'll go, and you'll see we've already wicked this 24. I think this 24 line is going to be important. We did set that 25 cent alert. Obviously, after 29 is where it matters a lot. So yeah, I think that's it. We'll end it with the big monster candle. Let's take it back. See, exactly. Let's leave it here. Let's end this properly. So, hey, if you disagree with anything, please throw it in the comments, okay? I promise you, I'm not a hater. But otherwise, I sincerely appreciate your time so much.